Okay. So I'm going to explain what I did with this non-starter project. And right now it's still just the concept, and the concept itself isn't fully thought through, but it's a simple model. It's a model for somehow a somewhat alternative economic governance system, and I've had a number of different thoughts about it over the years. So the basic idea is like Kickstarter.com works by someone uploads a project description and you say, oh, that's cool, I want that, or I want to support that. So you give them some money and then they hopefully build their thing or do their event or whatever, and you're happy and maybe you get a direct reward. So what I'm proposing with this non-starter thing is like a variation on that theme. It says instead of me funding a project, like, oh, hey, Dorothea is doing something cool, I'm going to give some money to her so she can, I don't know, build a hacker maker space in her backyard or whatever. I will just give some money. Okay, and you will just give your project description, and you'll say it would cost me 10,000 euros to build the kind of hacker maker space I want in my backyard. And someone else will come along and they'll say it would cost me $10 to buy a bus ticket, or $60 to buy a plane ticket. So someone else says, I want $60 to buy a plane ticket to go to Vienna for a conference or whatever. And maybe we get 100 different submissions of people requesting money. Now, if people are also willing to pour money into the system, the point of the system is basically it's just a voting platform, so that things are voted up. And when things are voted up and they're also met by the amount of money, then they get funded and the money goes out, so we have less money. So it's a bit like a lottery, because you don't know what the money is going to go for. And the reason it's called non-starter is I'm pretty sure it won't work, but maybe it would work. So, and maybe it would work in different contexts. So like, suppose you install it with your group, with your friends, or with Pedagogy. We could have an instance that would say, we don't know what this money is going to be used for, but it's only going to be used for Pedagogy things. So if you want to fund a Pedagogy project, submit the project description here, create a price tag, then we'll vote. So that it gets away a bit from the competitiveness of grants, a little bit, because it's still competitive, but it's competitive based on crowd voting, not based on the decisions of some kind of elite committee or whatever. And so I had these ideas about that could somehow extract money from the mainstream economy and move into the art economy. But I've since reversed my view about that, because I think artists will just go spend their money on stuff like anyone else. Like you're saying, they need to pay rent as well and buy couches so that their friends can come and sleep on their couches and stuff. So I'm not quite sure what the bigger implications are of this system, but I still think it's an interesting idea, and it wouldn't be very hard to build the thing, and it could work on these different scales as well. So that's my thought about that. Do you want to talk about it? Or?
Yeah, well, it's sort of it's a little bit like, I like this hybrid models. It's like sort of going from one economy, like we have the transactional economy, to non-transactional economy. So we have it's sort of a in between, but it's okay. I like that this appears, because it's explaining people that they can change the game, that this is sort of like a game to play in this. The rules are like that, and in another, let's say, Kickstarter, the rules are like that. So it's good to sort of have this kind of different rules, so only to show people that it doesn't have to be just one way, and they can choose. And if someone really likes your idea and it fits them, this idea, then they feel, yes, I want to really do it this way.
Yeah.
And I think it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense for some, like you say, for someone going for a conference or something, like if they don't need a lot of money at the moment. So in some cases, I mean, probably in more cases, but so it would be something like, I would have to think what it would fit, what kind of situation it would be.